"Look at this man. He is small. He is quiet. He is shy. But when he has a football at his feet, he becomes the greatest player in the history of the world." People call him the GOAT or Leo. Today, he has many gold trophies and he lives in a beautiful house. But his journey was not easy. It was a journey full of pain, medicine, and many tears. This is the full story of Lionel Messi, the boy who was told he was too small to be a king. Our story begins in a city called Rosario, in Argentina. It was June 24, 1987. A baby was born to a humble family. His father, Jorge, worked in a steel factory. His mother, Celia, cleaned houses to earn extra money. They were not rich, but they were a happy family. Little Leo had two older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, and a younger sister, Maria Sol. In their neighborhood, everyone loved football. It was more than just a game, it was life. Leo was very, very small. But when he was only 4 years old, he joined a local club called Grandoli. His first coach was his father. But his biggest fan was his grandmother, also named Celia. One day, the team needed one more player. The coach looked at Leo and said, "He is too small. He will get hurt." But his grandmother shouted, "Let him play. You will see." The coach finally said okay. Leo went on the field, took the ball, and dribbled past every big boy. He was like a little lightning bolt. From that day, his grandmother took him to every training session. She believed in him more than anyone. Sadly, she passed away when Leo was only 11 years old. This is why, every time Leo scores a goal today, he looks up at the sky and points his fingers to the clouds. He is talking to his grandmother. When Leo was 6 years old, he joined Newell's Old Boys, a famous club in Rosario. He played for a team called the Machine of 87. They were incredible. They won almost every game. Leo scored hundreds of goals. People in Rosario started to gather just to watch this tiny boy play. He moved the ball so quickly that nobody could touch him. He was happy. He was a star in his city. But then a dark cloud arrived. When Leo was 11 years old, his parents noticed something. He was not growing like other boys. He was much shorter than his friends. They went to a doctor, and the doctor gave them bad news. Leo had a growth hormone deficiency. This meant his body did not have the natural chemicals to grow tall. To fix this, Leo needed a special medicine every single night. The medicine was very expensive. It cost $900 every month. His family did not have that much money. His father's factory insurance could only pay for some of it. For 2 years, Leo had to stick a needle into his legs every night before he went to sleep. Imagine being a child and having to give yourself an injection every day. It was painful. It was scary. But Leo never complained. He did it because he wanted to keep playing football. He wanted to grow so he could reach his dream. However, after some time, his father's company could not pay for the medicine anymore. The local clubs in Argentina did not want to pay for it either. They said, "He is a great player, but he is too small and too expensive." The family was desperate. They didn't know what to do. Then, a door opened far away in Spain. A scout had told the coaches at FC Barcelona about a magical boy in Argentina. The sporting director of Barcelona, Carlos Rexach, wanted to see him. So, Leo and his father flew across the ocean to Spain. Leo was very nervous. He was only 13 years old. During the trial, he played so well that Carlos Rexach wanted to sign him immediately. But they didn't have a contract ready. So, Rexach took a paper napkin from a restaurant and wrote the contract on it. That famous napkin changed the history of football forever. Barcelona promised to pay for Leo's medical treatment if he moved to Spain. But moving to Spain was very difficult. Leo's mother and siblings went back to Argentina because they missed home. Leo stayed in Barcelona with his father. He was very lonely. He was a very shy boy, and in the locker room, his new teammates thought he was mute because he never spoke. He just sat there and looked at the floor. He missed his mother's kisses. He missed the streets of Rosario. He spent many hours in his room alone. But when he was on the field, he was not shy. He was a lion. He joined La Masia, the famous academy of Barcelona. He played with other future stars like Gerard Piqué and Cesc Fabregas. Slowly, the medicine started to work. He became stronger. He became faster. He practiced his dribbling every day. He learned how to play tiki-taka football. He was the best player in the academy. In 2004, when he was only 17 years old, he made his debut for the first team. He was the youngest player ever to play for Barcelona at that time. A few months later, he scored his first goal. Ronaldinho, the great Brazilian star, gave him the pass. After the goal, Ronaldinho carried Leo on his back. It was like the king of football was carrying the new prince. Ronaldinho told everyone, "This boy will be better than me." And he was right. Under the manager Pep Guardiola, Leo became the best in the world. He played in a new position called the false nine. He scored goals from everywhere. He won the Champions League. He won the Spanish League many times. In 2009, he won his first Ballon d'Or. He was the best player on the planet. He was no longer the small boy who needed medicine. He was the king of the Camp Nou stadium. But while he was a hero in Barcelona, life was harder with his national team, Argentina. The people in Argentina were very demanding. They wanted him to be like Diego Maradona. They wanted him to win the World Cup. But for many years, Argentina did not win. They lost the final of the World Cup in 2014 against Germany. Leo looked at the trophy with sad eyes. He was so close but so far. Then, they lost 2 more finals in the Copa America. The fans in Argentina were angry. They said, "Messi is not Argentinian. He only plays well for Barcelona. He doesn't care about our shirt." This hurt Leo very much. He loved Argentina. He traveled thousands of miles every time they called him. After the loss in 2016, Leo was so sad that he said, "I am finished. I will stop playing for Argentina." He was crying in the locker room. He felt like he had failed his people. But the world cried with him. Millions of people sent him messages. Even the president of Argentina asked him to come back. A little boy named Enzo Fernandez wrote him a letter saying, "Please don't go, Leo. We love you." Leo realized that he could not give up. He had to try one more time. He returned to the national team. In 2021, everything started to change. Argentina played the Copa America in Brazil. In the final, they played against Brazil at the famous Maracana Stadium. When the referee blew the final whistle, Argentina won. Leo fell to his knees and cried. His teammates ran to him and hugged him. He finally won a trophy for his country. He was 34 years old. Most players are finished at that age, but Leo was just getting started. But then a shock came. Barcelona, his home for 21 years, had a big problem with money. They told Leo, "We cannot pay you. You have to leave." Leo did not want to leave. He offered to play for free, but the rules did not allow it. At his goodbye press conference, Leo cried like a child. He had to leave his home, his friends, and his life. He moved to Paris to play for PSG. It was a new challenge, but his mind was on something else. His mind was on the World Cup in Qatar. 2022 was his last chance. He was 35 years old. The World Cup in Qatar began with a shock. Argentina lost their first game to Saudi Arabia. People said, "Messi is too old. Argentina is finished." But Leo told the fans, "Trust us. We will not let you down." And they didn't. Leo played like a man on a mission. He scored in the round of 16. He scored in the quarterfinal. He scored in the semifinal. He was the leader of the team. The final was against France. It was the greatest game in history. Leo scored 2 goals. But France had Kylian Mbappe, who scored 3. The game went to a penalty shootout. The whole world was watching. Everyone was holding their breath. When Argentina scored the final penalty, the stadium exploded. Leo was a World Cup champion. He had finally done it. He had completed football. He walked to the trophy, touched it, and kissed it. He was wearing a black robe given to him by the King of Qatar. He looked like a true king. After the World Cup, Leo decided to find a more peaceful life. He moved to the United States to play for Inter Miami. He wanted to spend more time with his wife, Antonella, and his 3 sons, Tiago, Matteo, and Ciro. Leo and Antonella have a beautiful love story. They met when they were only 5 years old in Rosario. He wrote her letters saying, "One day, you will be my girlfriend." And today, she is his wife and the mother of his children. Even in Miami, Leo is still magical. Thousands of people come to see him play. Famous actors and singers sit in the stands to watch the Messi show. He is still humble. He still smiles. He still works hard every day. So, what is the secret of Lionel Messi? It is not just his talent. It is his resilience. He was a boy who needed needles in his legs every night. He was a boy who was told he was too small. He was a boy who was lonely in a big city. He was a man who lost 3 finals and felt the weight of a whole country on his shoulders. But he never stopped. He never complained. He shows us that being small is not a problem if you have a big heart. He shows us that silence can be powerful. He shows us that if you keep trying even after many years of failure, you can reach the top of the mountain. Lionel Messi is not just a football player. He is an inspiration. He is the boy from Rosario who became a god in Barcelona and a hero in Argentina. He is the quiet king. He is the GOAT. And his story tells us one thing. No matter how many times you fall, if you have a dream, you must stand up and keep going. Because one day, you might just hold the world in your hands. Now, close your eyes and imagine that little boy in Rosario, playing with a ball on a dusty street. He is happy. He is free. That boy is still inside Leo Messi every time he steps onto the field. And that is why we love him. Thank you for listening to the story of the greatest of all time.